Welcome back to the Chandler Channels, back in time with another pristine, fine, and genuine new video. Brother Henry Hank Soul Conscious, number 4400, 4400, delivering with you back in this online zone a crisp, cool new video, as fresh as a smooth out of a cool and cold machine ice cream cone. Welcome back to the channel. This is the information for our new big brother, sister, or cousin channel. Black, Bright, and Latino are all of a positive people zone. You have, if I'm always an email or a message away. If I get a temporary or seasonal text line, I'll let you know later. Please subscribe and follow both our channels on YouTube as well as my other social media. You can also follow me on Facebook at uppercase H, Henry or Hank Soul Conscious. You can watch the previous tutorials from last month that shows you how to get to each. From time to time I will mention them and do tutorials when I can again. But as always, you can also watch my videos on the archive link on my Tumblr profile on www.tumblr.com. Profile name lowercase s for Soul Conscious 4400 or 4400. Feel free to email me or any questions if you need help with anything on the network or channels at lowercase ggNewtime at hotmail.com, lowercase Henry the hard worker at gmail.com, or Henry or Hank Alpha Male 4400 at gmail.com. Please make a note of our second station. Even though you're watching this, you may be watching this on our main channel. Our secondary main channel, our new channel ID is uppercase U, uppercase C, uppercase L, lowercase RLQ D, 4 lowercase m, uppercase or capital C, 2 uppercase NXP, lowercase l, uppercase u, lowercase v, uppercase R849, lowercase e, uppercase or capitals VA. And that's for Bright and Black Latino zone, and all of our positive people zone. I'm going to take you now to the theme page so you can see what that looks like as well. Thank you for your support. Again, make a note of that one more time. This is the info. Make sure you make a note of it so you can follow us on both channels. And of course, this is the main channel, our first big brother, big sister channel that most of you may be watching this on. And hold on. And here is the info for the big brother, big sister channel. You can jot that down, rewind to it. Make sure you jot it down, make a note of it, so you have both. And of course, this is my new Facebook page. That's the page, More Solutions to Racism, and this is the profile. You can watch my video either on the timeline here, or you can also watch them like I just showed you on the page here. Most or all of my videos I'm constantly uploading past the newer ones, so make sure you check for that. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, thanks for being patient. Welcome back. Peace and blessings to every man, woman, and child, all ages. Positivity over negativity. Today I'm going to be starting a very controversial topic. If I'm not going to be using any foul language, however, to be on the safe side, most of you may agree. If it's up to you if you feel your children can handle it, but I think most responsible parents would agree that I think this topic, I'm going to give you a few seconds or moments. If you have young children or small children that are not mentally mature enough or old enough to understand, I suggest you politely put them to the side and move them away. In this coming mini-series, I'm going to be speaking boldly and plainly. If you feel this isn't for you, you can go to all of our videos on the channel or on our secondary channel if you feel this topic isn't for you. No offense. I know every channel, every topic isn't for everyone, but even if this channel isn't for you and you have a cause or endeavor that you're involved in individually or collectively, share it with others because it may be of benefit to them. Like, share, subscribe to them. So the topic for this mini series is going to be some of the main reasons why evil or negative men and women, non-swirlers, swirlers, and cooners or non-cooners alike, of all cultures and races, why some of the reasons are for dating out. And again, the purpose of this mini series, I'm not here to try to persuade anyone either way. I'm going to try to be as neutral and objective as possible, even though I may have my personal preference. Like I said, the purpose of this mini series is to get to the reasons of self-hatred and to explore some of the reasons of low self-esteem in non-white or poor whites and other people, and some of the reasons and factors that cause people to make the difficult decision to date out. But I'm not here to pressure anyone either way. I'm not here to attack or put anyone down. I'm going to be continuing this as an ongoing series. So basically, like I said, the topic is going to be crabs in the barrel syndrome. What are some of the reasons for why people of all cultures and races, black, Latino, Asian, white, or others, some choose to date in, some choose to date some of everyone, and some choose just to date out. This here is some empirical evidence from the Pew Research Center. This is a recent survey that they did just to give you a basic idea, talks about interracial marriage or dating. As you can see, you can go to the website. I'm not making this up. I'm going to show it to you. This is one of their fairly recent surveys, I think, that they did within the last year and a half or two. They have more recent or other ones you can look at, but this one just happened to come up, so since it was relevant to the topic, as you can see, though, that is as of 2013, the percentages by different ethnicities of date out. American Indians are interracially dated a much higher rate at 58% in America. So what are some of the causes? Well, number one, self-hatred, low self-esteem, particularly for blacks, Latinos, Asians, because we live in a mostly Eurocentric society. So historically, that's part of the reason. The second reason is because I know particularly in the community that I come from, the so-called black or African American community, which I'm trying to evolve and encourage my people to evolve to a new level and come up with a new name. I think we've been stuck in the black box too long. Not that I'm ashamed of my heritage. I don't appreciate sacrifice my ancestors, but I think we as black people need to wake up mentally and try to come up with a new name. The black community is dying out, and we need to wake up and do things differently. Obviously, the same old methods we're using are not working, but that's probably a topic for another video or maybe a separate video in this or another series. So what are some of the other reasons? Well, some of the other reasons are economic. Unfortunately, black men as a whole, collectively in America, and Latino brothers, a lot of us make considerably less in some positions than our female counterparts. A lot of black women that date out complains that unfortunately black men are not up to par with them economically. So a lot of them feel like they have no other option but to swirl or date out white, Asian, or other men, Latino. And on the flip side of the coin, a lot of black and Latino brothers that from various sources that I've read and heard over the years, books, articles, a lot of them say that they have trouble getting along with the women in their own culture. A lot of times the women in their own culture, because they view them different, they come down on them harder while they give a pass to men of all races. So a lot of black and Latino brothers are starting to get fed up and say, well, look, if the women of my own culture are not willing to compromise or work with me, they're saying to themselves, well, I have no other choice but to date out because the women of my own culture, race, are being so difficult and so hard on me. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just go to social media, go to articles, read some books. You'll see some of what I'm talking about. Another reason is is because of the fact that the dynamics have changed. We've entered a new millennium, and because we live in a society where we're constantly bombarded by media, a lot of people feel socially pressured to date out, even though deep down, a lot of people may be afraid to say that they have a preference or prefer to stay with their own. A lot of people are feeling the pressure to date out, even though originally that may not be something that they normally do, because they fear, peer pressure. They see how society is really trying to push this swirling, cooning, and interracial agenda. Me personally, I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong. If you have a preference, you have a preference. But as long as you don't allow that preference to cause you to unfairly hate or discriminate against your race or all the races. Now, obviously, it's human nature that we have certain prejudices and biases. Each of us is conditioned differently. Every human being to some degree has been conditioned, whether it may be a religious bias, a cultural bias, societal bias, whatever. And I'm not racist. I'm not, like I said, I'm not either for or against it for other people. That difficult choice, unfortunately, is up to them. I don't feel that it's my place to try to play God or anything like that. However, me personally, just for a general example, like I've said in the past, my preference is still for my own black, mixed black or Latino or non-white sisters. That's just my preference. But that doesn't mean that I hate white women. I'm just not attracted to white women or pale women in that way. But that doesn't mean that if things got extreme, or if, let's say, God forbid, there was a nuclear war and I had no other choice but to mate with a white woman in order to keep humanity going, even though that wouldn't be my first choice and I really wouldn't want to. But hey, sometimes in life you got to do what you got to do. No offense to any of my white or other listeners. I'm just, like I said, I'm just using this as a hypothetical example. But like I said, me personally, I'm neutral. I'm not for or against. I think that you should take other people's advice. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with consulting advice or perspectives or points of view or opinions from authors, or reading books or articles, or studying information to educate yourself before you decide if you want to date various people. Like, there are some people that they don't care. As long as you're a nice person, it doesn't matter to them. They're open to dating various cultures and races. Some are not. Some prefer to stay within their own race or races, or some prefer to date out, but not, certain groups. Like, some people may feel comfortable dating all minorities, but not whites, or vice versa. So you have a little bit of everything out there. But all I'm saying is that you shouldn't, if you do choose to date out, I don't think that gives anyone the license to play God and put down or hate their own race. Just because you had negative or bad experiences. Like, for example, even if I did choose to date outside of my black, Latino, or mixed black sisters, or Asian sisters, or white woman, that doesn't mean that I would go out there and discourage people from dating black women or Latino sisters, or I would hate or put down or tell anyone to stay away from other sisters just because I chose to date out. That's not right. And even though I know that that it's hard to find a decent black or Latina sister most of the time in America. Like I said, I'm trying in the future to save my passport to look for a mixed black or Latina sister out of the country unfortunately, because of the breakdown in the so-called black community, and because of most of our women here in America have been programmed against us as black men. I know my chances of finding a decent black sister or a Latina or a mixed black sister in America is kind of slim. So I'm considering the out of the country option. But like I said, I'm going to be continuing this series. Like I said, these a few reasons that I researched. I'm just sharing with you to start this series off. I'm going to be continuing it as soon as I can. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell button. Continue the conversation among yourselves in the comment section. Feel free to send me your questions or email me. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell button. Even if this channel isn't for you, that's okay. Spread the word. It may be beneficial to someone else you know, friend, relative, acquaintance, co-worker. Like, share, subscribe. All the best in life. Think right, reflect right, live right, do right, be right. Positivity over negativity. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Be blessed. Have a great month, everyone. And I will catch you guys on the fly soon in the next one. Peace, 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 peace.